session 3:30. 16, no? It should be 16. Eh? So,
Swamiji said Swamiji should select and Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. I'll remove it from everywhere. Not essential anymore. No? I'll remove it even from the Bombay one then. Simulation, Madam Swamiji. Madam. 19 points. हाँ सब कुछ मिक्सचर है तो खिचड़ी You have to change this also.
Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
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 So Shri Ram
How do you call them?
Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Next month, 15th, 16th, we will have Namosava here. 17th, we will have Mauna. 15th morning, we will have some programs like, the new hall, we hope, Papa willing, we will be able to inaugurate. And then afternoon, the session will start 3:30. There will be 4 sessions on that day and 11 sessions or 12 sessions on the next day. And then we thought, anyway, we have to conduct on the Mauna just 1 week before. We will postpone and combine it to 17th Sunday, half a day, so that more and more people can be introduced to this inward journey and they will be able to dwell on what went on for the 2 days. So 15th by noon, hope everybody will be reaching here. But we will start at about 10 o'clock in the morning. We are selecting about 14 or 16 dimensions. Many we have already covered. Some we have not covered. The musk deer awakened the awareness of the Nami. The musk deer runs here and there, searching for the fragrance, not knowing that the source of fragrance lies within itself. In the same way, rice may appear as idli, dosha, or poha in different forms, yet the original substance remains the same, though unrecognized. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Yeah. Awake, so you might be knowing, Meresh, that apart from the usual chanting of Ram Nam, we are trying to bring in some dimensions so that it doesn't become a mechanical, lip level, surface level activity. So we have tried in 2-3 places. Bombay also we are trying. One dimension will be there before chanting. It might help us. Say, for example, awaken the awareness of the Nami. Before chanting, it will be given in the form of a book to everybody, but a few lines will be there in the form of a question during the chanting session. So our idea will be to get an answer while chanting. That means it may not just go out. Even if it goes out, it will come back to the question again. The musk deer runs here and there searching for the fragrance, not knowing that the source of the fragrance lies within itself. The same way rice may appear as idli, dosha or poha in different forms, and yet the original substance remains the same, though unrecognized. Similarly, the divine consciousness that we seek is not absent from us. It is already present within, but not consciously recognized. What is needed is not the creation of something new, but the awakening of what is already there. That inner divine consciousness is the Nami. Nama chanting with faith and devotion gently awakens the sleeping awareness and makes the inner presence more and more living to us. Some idea. Nami is the origin and the great provider. Words and sentences are possible only because of alphabets. Though while reading, we usually notice the meaning and not the letters that support it. In the same way, melodious music arises through notes, rhythm, and the right spaces between them. But listeners mostly notice only the song. Likewise, everything in creation depends upon an unseen source. All beings, all provisions, all forms of support come from that one first cause and are sustained by him through Mother Nature and society. That source and provider is the Nami. Nama chanting with this awareness gradually helps us feel that all we receive in life flows from him alone. Something. Nami expresses as innocence and sincerity. A seed sprouts well only in fertile soil. Our reflection is seen clearly only in still and clean water. When the ground or the medium is disturbed, what is hidden cannot express itself properly. In the same way, innocence and sincerity prepare the inner atmosphere in which the divine can reveal himself. When cunning, pretense, and ego reduce, the mind becomes simple and transparent. Then the Nami can express himself more freely through us. Nama chanting, done with this understanding, purifies the heart, helps this divine presence shine forth in daily life. Nami is always with us. Space is always present, whether we notice it or not. In the same way, a shadow remains with us in the light, following us silently without demanding attention. Likewise, God is not someone who comes occasionally and goes away. He has always been present in us as life force, consciousness, intelligence, in our breathing, knowing, feeling, learning, responding. These are revelations of the Nami who has been with us through every stage of life. Nama chanting, with this understanding, strengthens our awareness of his constant and unfailing presence. Remove the veil that hides the Nami's presence. When fog covers the landscape in the early morning, things appear unclear, though they are very much present. In the same way, when dust gathers on the spectacles, vision becomes blurred. Not because the world had disappeared, but because the dust obstructs clarity of vision. Likewise, disappeared a lot. Likewise, the divine presence is never absent. God is behind every thought, word, and deed, but ignorance and individuality act as a veil that prevents us from recognizing him. That hidden reality is the Nami. Nama chanting with this awareness gradually removes the veil of ignorance and makes his ever present reality more visible in our daily experience. Nothing is irrelevant or insignificant. A large machine depends even on small screws to remain stable and useful. In the same way, a single word can change the entire meaning of the sentence. Likewise, in life too, what appears small or insignificant may carry deep value in the divine scheme. Every event, every meeting, every delay, every opportunity, and every challenge has meaning when seen in the light of a higher wisdom. The power behind all this is the Nami. Nama chanting with this awareness helps us develop reverence for all aspects of life, recognize that nothing is truly wasted or meaningless. Each of us reveals the Nami uniquely. In a garden, though the gardener, air, sun, water, earth are the same, different flowers and fruits grow, each with its own fragrance, color, taste, and season. In the same way, though the cook and the fire are the same, Different ingredients together give a dish its richness and completeness. Likewise, each one of us has a distinct nature, temperament, talent, and role in life. This uniqueness is not an error, but part of the divine design. The source behind this uniqueness is the Nami. Nama chanting with this awareness helps us honor our own path and appreciate the uniqueness of others without comparison, jealousy, or conflict. The Nami is the witness of all thoughts. The sky does not move, but when clouds drift across it, it may appear as though the sky itself is moving. In the same way, when objects are reflected in a mirror, the reflections keep changing while the mirror itself remains unaffected. Similarly, thoughts, feelings, memories, and reactions continuously arise and pass in the mind. Yet, there is something within us that silently observes all these changes without itself changing. That silent witness is the Nami, the pure awareness behind all mental activity. Nama chanting gradually helps us become aware of this witnessing presence and rest more deeply in it. The Nami is the silent presence behind the mind. On the surface of the ocean, there may be waves, foam, movement, but in the deeper layers, there is quiet stillness. In the same way, sound can arise and fade only because there is a space to contain it. Likewise, the mind is constantly active, thinking, remembering, planning, worrying, reacting. But behind all these movements, there is a silent presence that allows the mind to function. That still and silent presence is the Nami. Nama chanting gently leads the mind away from restlessness and into that inner quietude where his presence becomes more evident. Trust the guidance of the Nami in all situations. A traveler crossing unknown land depends on the compass, even when the path is not clear to the eye. In the same way, a patient places trust in the care of a skilled doctor, even without understanding every detail of the treatment. Similarly, life often unfolds in ways we do not understand immediately. Yet, behind all experiences, there is a divine wisdom guiding our growth, leading us onward. That guiding wisdom is the Nami. Nama chanting with trust helps the heart rely more and more on his direction and face changing situations with courage, patience, and peace. Perform every action as an offering to the Nami, like the sun that shines without asking, like the river that flows without holding back. Let every action flow as an offering. Likewise, actions done only for personal gain tend to bind the mind, but actions offered to the divine purify and uplift it. When we remember that everything belongs to the Nami, our duties become worship and our work becomes an offering. Nama chanting strengthens this attitude, helps us perform every action with dedication, humility, and inner freedom. Let remembrance of the Nami guide every step of life. A lamp quietly illumines the path for the one who walks in darkness. In the same way, a steady hand on the steering wheel keeps the vehicle on the right path despite many turns. Likewise, life becomes steady and harmonious when remembrance of the divine quietly accompanies our thoughts, words, and deeds. The one who guides from within through that remembrance is the Nami. Nama chanting helps keep this remembrance alive in the mind so that gradually every step of life becomes aligned with his presence and guidance. The master has a master plan. In a film, viewers usually notice the actors on the screen, but behind the entire story stands the director who shapes the vision, movement, and direction of the whole production. In the same way, passengers may sit quietly in a boat, hardly aware of the expert navigation that carries them safely through unseen currents. Similarly, in our own life too, much is happening beyond our personal planning and control. We did not create this body, arrange our birth, or design the countless factors required for our existence. This reveals that a higher power is guiding our life and with wisdom. That guiding master is the Nami. Nama chanting with this understanding reminds us again and again that he is thinking, speaking, and working through us according to a higher plan. Drop me and mine to see the Nami. When clouds cover the sun, it appears as though the sun has disappeared, though in truth it is shining all the while. In the same way, when muddy water is treated with cleansing nut powder, the dirt settles and the water becomes clear. Similarly, the Nami is ever present within us, but the sense of I and mine acts like a covering that hides his presence. As this ego sense reduces, the mind becomes quiet and transparent. Then the Nami, who is the true self, reveals himself naturally. Nama chanting with this inner attitude gradually removes this veil and enables us to experience our oneness with him. The Nami within does everything. Different appliances appear to function separately, yet all of them work only because of one electricity flowing through them. In the same way, heartbeats sustain life continuously, though we neither create them nor control them. Similarly, we often feel, I did this, I achieved. But on deeper reflection, we realize that all our abilities depend upon a power already functioning within us. Without him, who expresses as life force, consciousness, intelligence, we cannot do anything at all. He is the Nami. Nama chanting with this awareness helps us recognize that he from within is doing all. Rest in the protecting grace of the Nami. A child walks fearlessly when holding the hand of its parent. In the same way, passengers sit at ease in a vehicle because they trust the one who is driving. Likewise, in life, we often become anxious because we feel that we alone must manage, protect, and carry everything. But when we begin to understand that there is a higher divine power silently guiding and sustaining our life, the heart gains a sense of security. The unseen protector is the Nami. Nama chanting with this understanding gradually helps us rest in his protecting grace and feel sheltered by his invisible care. So these are the 16 points that will come up. Some more polishing is necessary. So the idea is now we have to keep on reminding ourselves, why are we drawing from the daily life? We are drawing this from the daily life to know that the daily life and spiritual life are not different. Is that? We change that knowledge. Changed covering letter. The changed one.
Which one, Swamiji? The new questions one.
No.
In which one, Swamiji?
Not Namo. There we mentioned, we changed the introduction.
Oh, that. Okay. You go to send items, Swamiji.
Center.
Send items. And we go to Priti Chowda. Priti Chowda. Oh, it's not French. Space Priti. I want that. I want it in cent
Incent,
only.
no.
I want in cent only, Swamiji. Here, CET. Yeah, this one.
Namaste.
Yeah, this one.
No.
We have to change this. Copy. Take it there, Swamiji.
Change. This may be right.
We could replace the whole thing. Swamiji, not directly. This one. Let's save it in the right now.
Namotsav is a sacred coming together in the remembrance of the divine name. Beloved Papa reminds us that chanting is for remembrance and that constant remembrance gradually leads us to God consciousness even while we deal with people and situations in daily life. There are also some changes. Many feel spiritual life is separate from daily life. Why are we drawing this from daily life, So chanting seems disconnected from everyday routines. Namosu breaks this barrier by weaving real-world examples into every session. Though many of us practice Ramnam individually and collectively, chanting may at times become mechanical and give only temporary joy without truly connecting us with the indwelling divine presence. To deepen this experience, chanting needs to be supported by connecting it to the daily life's activities. With this purpose in view, these guidelines have been prepared with examples drawn from daily life and questions that help to reflect. After each reflection, pause for 2-3 seconds silence. That pause is where the question sinks, the mind turns inward, and chanting becomes meaningful. This has to come in the
Questions one. Just realized just now.
Reflection. When you say reflection, this should come there. In these guidelines, Nami means the one whose name is being chanted, while Nama is the divine name we repeat. While Nama means the one whose name is being chanted. Then why do Nami means the one whose name is being chanted? That is Nama. No? While Nama is the divine name we repeat, Nami is the divine reality God who is present within us. In these guidelines, Nami means the one whose name is being chanted. You can elaborate this. So this is how it comes. And this will come in the form of questions at the time of it. This will be distributed to you all. On the day of the program, this book also will be given so that you can go through that. And then when chanting is going on, one question will be there. 2 questions. And you are pondering over that question also will be given to you, apart from hearing it. So that at the end in the recap, you will evaluate whether anything remains with us during these 11 sets. I think Bombay 11.
Bombay 10 now.
Huh?
One is
10, 10, sorry, 10, 10, 10. So the purpose is at least one if they remember out of this. Slowly it will percolate. So that Nama chanting is not disconnected with the daily life. Very difficult, but still, because we are not practiced like that. Though Papa has mentioned this, he says in the small book, it is not merely in holy persons and places that you should see God, but in all, everywhere, even in the marketplace. And to make it more clear, he says, we have to recognize that beyond the exterior dynamics of the body and the mind, there is within man the spirit which is immortal, Nami. It is by the power of the spirit that our life is activated in its manifold expressions. Then he specifically, because he knows our limit, we will just read it, but that which connects us with it, in the classroom, hospital, office, marketplace, factory, and field, agricultural field, plantation, as well as in temple, church, and mosque. We should tune ourselves with the spirit. Many feel spiritual life is separate from daily life. If we can bring that. അവതാരിൽ എപ്പോഴും സ്നേഹം നിറയ്ക്കാം ഞാൻ അവിടുത്തെ തിരുമുമ്പിൽ അർപ്പിക്കുവാൻ. Anybody would like to say anything? Or to say again? And then why this Muna? So these 1.5 days we are sitting, and then half a day we will sit exclusively. Something will be given to us. touching all these 16 points. So the morning says 8:30 to 12 o'clock, suppose we sit, or 12:30, 8:30 to 12:30. There won't be any second walking session and a seva session. Otherwise, it will be there. But all these 16 points will again will come. Two points will definitely come. So that it's concretized. Nobody will be there to talk. Nobody will be able to make any comment. But again, we are getting it. When you hear something now, and after a week when you hear something, there may be a different perspective based upon what you have gathered from observing, from memorizing, from thinking, by reflecting. Oh, at that particular moment, it may not strike. Afterwards, it will definitely. So the 2 days, after the 2 days are over, next day you are sitting with nobody to say anything. And the 3.5 hours will definitely make us to go inward. And especially for the newcomers here, more than 100 people, 150 people will be there. To them, this Mauna thought is introduced. Otherwise, we have few people. On some days, it will be 50, 60, 70. On some days, it will be 40. It had even gone beyond 100. But otherwise, people may not know. And people may not be able to come for one day all the way. Only nearby people can come. But this will give them an idea to go within. What is Mauna session? Anything else? Anyway, we have got 10, 20 minutes. So better we will read this. Whatever we have put, human life is a rare acquisition. Its purpose is to know the Atman, by knowing which you have nothing more to know. Everyone must realize that the divine is within him. God is within your heart. You are his embodiment. You are he, but you do not know that. There is a veil of ignorance separating you from God. Remove the veil. First God, everything else comes next. The microcosm is the macrocosm. The individual is the universal.
Maybe it's a nice point to take up also.
Eh?
This point itself is very nice.
Very nice.
டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி நம்ம நீட் போகவே தவிர இதை நம்ம அழிக்க முடியாது.
ஐக்கியம் சொல்லிட்டே அவர் தந்தது தானே. Me and mine is, when it becomes subservient to that higher power, me and mine can remain. I am not the boss. The moment I feel he is the boss and I am his subordinate, no problem. I can continue. Problem now here is, I feel I am the boss. I don't recognize him. He has given me this me and mine. It is not a bad thing. I should function as a subordinate to him. He is behind. Which fact he made us unknown. Now he is at least, blessed are the ones who are at least given this prompting to know that he is the boss.
We should accept that we are instruments. We should accept that we are instruments.
Then subordinate. Clerk. The microcosm is the we can interpret it, but we look at it like this. There are about 200 organs, more than 200 organs in our body. None of us care to know. Some disease comes, we come to know of the part. Even then we may not apply. At least 10 organs are visible, 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception. And the brain, that also we have some idea. So the seeing, all these 5 organs of action and 5 organs of perception do different types of activities. No one is alike. And consolidated together, the individual functions. Similarly, these are all varied. Everyone is a varied expression, but still owes to that origin. So when we look at the body and start studying it, thoughts, words, deeds, everything comes up. Different. So morning you are highly sattvic. When you are in activities, you become rajasic. When there is a boring attitude, indolent, you call sattvic, tamasic. Okay? These 3 are in varied proportions in us. Suppose I start observing that these 3 varied are there in me. I will slowly start recognizing that the same thing in everybody, These are there in me. I still continue to function as an individual. So microcosm is the macrocosm. When you see the different types of not only creations, different types of preferences, priorities, likes and dislikes, they float in these. It is all like in our own body, it is there. What you liked 10 years back, you may not like it now. What you found so interesting and you fixed everything, you put in every efforts to acquire, to possess, to indulge. Today it has no charm. Similarly in the world, when you come out, all these things are reflected in the world outside. So Papa, by this, asking us to watch ourselves first, so that you get a clear idea, though you are there, behind all these functionings, even when it functions, you are not thinking that you are there, that functioning. When the eyes see, ears hear, and actions go on, all these things are coordinated beautifully, Ilya. Don't you think? Supported by, but me, I am there, the sense of beingness. So that is why he says, that is how we look at it. It can be in different. Microcosm is the macrocosm. Individual is the universal. God dwells in every being and thing, however small, in his entirety and perfection. He is not more in somebody and less in somebody. A very powerful introduction for our life. The only thing is, people who are aware of this, the degree varies. People like God realized saints, to them probably it is 99 or 100%. To us it may be 1%, 2%, 5%, it depends upon, that's all. So the degree of awareness varies, that's all. But the content is one and the same.
Diversity, we accept that diversity.
He is equal in an ant and in an elephant. So, however small, in his entirety and perfection. Think not in terms of the individual, but always in terms of the universal. Just like an individual, I cannot depend upon one organ, When all organs coordinate, I can function. Similarly, I cannot isolate myself from the rest of the society. I need air, water, space, earth, sun, Mother Nature, all from Panchabhutas, and also all the elements. Now, when you and I use the specs, suppose we start analyzing, we will know how many hands have, right from the person to whom this struck to him, that there must be a thing called specs. Right from that day, how many people have put in their efforts to make it and then kept on improving. I feel that I have paid money, so I don't see that. Then I realized I did not bring money when I came from the mother's womb. So how can I say my money? So he says here, think not in terms of the individual, but in terms of the universal. We are all interconnected, interdependent, interrelated. The vegetable which we eat, the coffee which you drink, we were all coffee planters prior to coming here. So we know that how to bring a cup of coffee. How many people are employed in a coffee estate? Right from the seedling level, plant level, then a plant becoming a maturing state to have economic bearing. Then when the produce is there, when to pluck, how does the pollination takes place, and how many years, how many months it has to bear to bring a berry. Then after that plucking, so many processes to make it a cup of coffee in your. We know it directly. So each one which we take, so if this comes back to us, then we will know, think not in terms of the individual, but in terms of the universal. Do everything for the sake of God. Then your ego sense will vanish. You will realize you are the universal spirit, changeless, infinite, eternal. This is your goal. Because that universal spirit, which is in everybody, just like I am there in all my activities. This I is, where from it came? From him only. So this particular one page itself will give us some idea about. Your life is intended for the service of all. The expansion of the individual into the universal is possible only when God thought rules your mind. In our case, Nami, you can say. Nami thought rules our mind. Nami love fills our heart. Nami's will governs our actions. Whenever you see anybody, you must see not only the external form, but also the indwelling reality Nami. This is the true vision. This alone can free you from the sense of diversity, make you realize the unity and oneness of all existence. It is not merely in holy persons and places that you should see God, but in all, everywhere, even in the marketplace. You must always feel the divine presence in and about you. Just as man has aspiration for the divine, woman also has. So women too must be given ample opportunities to walk on the path that leads to liberation. Because in Papa's period, ladies were not coming out at all. They were all housewives only, Very, very, very few. Lady doctor or nurses, very few. Even when in our childhood. In teachers' profession, we used to have some lady teacher. Very few. 5%. That's all. In the school where there were only one teacher of 50, 60 teachers. So women, mostly they were housewives only. So that's why Papa inserted this also in one of his letters. That has been culled out and put it here, that's all. Just as man has aspiration for the divine, woman also has. So women too must be given ample opportunities to walk on the path that leads to liberation. We have in India women who have reached the highest spiritual attainment. Every now and then, suppose we keep on reading this. First, one page only. Here also we can try that. Some portion we can take. And on that 10th morning, anyway, we have in the inauguration time. This and this last one. Because why we are bringing this, they should know that. Why we are bringing, we are not talking tall terms, ordinary examples. When he says you must see him everywhere, We only read and go. So that means one more word we have to add in our book. At the moment, it may look as an example. But even that example is also he, you know. Though we are now to understand separating the Nami from the creation. Yeah. Now the Nami and the examples. Through examples, we are trying to understand the Nami. But we should not feel that the Nami is not there in the Nama, in the examples. So in our introduction, that word also has to be included. Though he is covering everything, we are trying. But first we will see as an example, and he is there through that example. And then we come to know that because he is there in everybody, he has also come out in the form of examples. Examples are not separate. Very powerful. The first line, human life is a rare acquisition. Because only through a human birth, we know that there is God within. No other species is given this benefit. So having got this, Durlabam Trayamevai Tadu. Manishyatvam, Mumukshatvam, Mahavurusha Samshayaha. In Vivek Chudamani, he says, Shakara says, Durlabam Trayamevai Tadu. Three things are very rare. Devanugraha Hetukam. It is given to us only because of Devanugraham, by His grace. What are they? Manishyatvam, human birth. Mumukshatvam, desire, aspiration to realize Him. And Mahavurusha Samshaya, company of evolved ones. So, because of our contact with Mahapurushas, we have come to know that it is a Durlabham I have got. I should make use of it. No? Everyone must realize that the divine is within. God is within your heart. You are His embodiment. You are He, but you do not know that. There is a veil of ignorance separating you from God. Remove it. First God. Everything else comes next. In the hectic activities, it may be difficult to retain all these thoughts because in their case, it was a full-time job, sadhana. 2 years, he withdrew from everything. We are trying to do amidst so many things. That is why the intensity is not there. By the time we try to gain intensity, we have preoccupation with so many things. It gets diluted. So, if they have, that is why we are still trying, you know. But the only hope is he always ignites it. When it is likely to get extinguished, somehow he brings something. We have been observing in ashram also. So many ideas, so many things, so many. Here, Nama Japa, then Nama Japa, Likhita Nama Japa. Then Mataji introduced this world peace, you know, Jnana Yajna. Then at the same time, not to be limited to some From day one, she was also trying to think about expanding, non-possessing. So many values she has introduced. Ashram has been involving in all charitable activities. At the same time, ensuring not to arrogate, not asking, not planning, not mobilizing. If we go through all these things, Mataji has given to us, Papa Mataji has given to us, what do you call, a list of list of guidelines for our lives. At the same time, not a tall talk. They lived through this and made us know. We have to go through it again and again. It is possible. And all the outer activities are here also, All activities are there. Accounts department is there, HR department, everything is here. Maintenance, everything is here, just like in outside. It is not separate. But there seems to be something, that it does not make us to get self-centered or selfish. Otherwise, activities are same. Here, nobody thinks in terms of me and mine. Ashram work, ashram seva, ashram activity, that is not my work, not. They have introduced so many things.
Common ideal is. The common ideal drives all.
I think on the day of this anniversary, we should remember all these things. Who knows all these things? 15th May, they inaugurated. We simply say 15th May, they inaugurated. But during their life, till 63 in Papa's case, in 89 Mataji's case, how they, and then finally, how Swamiji combined all these things and tried to live up to that. Extreme. We should apply our mind slowly, and then we will try to know what is the teaching they gave us through this heart. It is not separate from outer life. Many people feel, in ashram you can say so many things. I agree. Here challenges are less in terms of individual. Challenges are here, but not in terms of individual. As an institution, so many challenges are there. Statutes, so many. Mataji wanted this to become the home of everybody. Papa is written, this home of love and service on the first day. But now we have to observe all these things, camera, email, podcast, Aadhaar card, registration. Suppose they come to our home, do we ask all these things? So many challenges. We still remember, probably Milesh may not know, or you may not know, till 2005 or 6, we did not have anything. Anybody will come here, Only Damodaran will be there to control the. Otherwise, when we come, we straight away come, get down here, go to Mataji's room, and after seeing her, we are given rooms. Then we carry on with that. We spend some time in Mataji's room and with Swamiji also. We join the program and go. Till 2008, 2009, okay? 2003 or 4. Then buildings started becoming more and more. Okay? So a very senior devotee, Aldipur Mama, was a retired governor also. He suggested that we should have a information center, reception. And he himself insisted, and finally Swamiji also agreed. And this place was located by him. The drawing was given by him, and it was sponsored by him. That is how this building came. Okay, building was inaugurated. Who will sit? We don't know who will sit. So at that time, Swaminatha Mama was there here. We told him, Ajana Bahu. So we said, you sit. And what is he to do? All these things we did not work out. Then I came to Swamiji's room. Swamiji, we will have a visitor's book. So he smiled. Did not say anything. Swamiji, you are only smiling. Whether we can go ahead with the visitor's book. No, I also attempted once, and Mataji said, this is not a hotel. I started thinking, Swamiji, there are so many buildings. Suppose somebody is there, some letters come. We don't know if somebody is sick. We don't know in which room he is here. At least for that sake, we should know, when somebody comes, he is allotted to this room. No, Swamiji said, I did not say you should not do it. I only said what Mataji has said. So we started doing it. Then when we started pondering over, because we have been coming, during Mataji's period, 25 years, 26 years, we have been coming. So we know what was happening. Straight away we come, go to Mataji's room and do. First job is to see Mataji. First job. The door will always be open. Now what happened? We don't see everybody here. That personal touch. That is the casualty of this organizational setup, So this is a challenge we are facing. So when once the police official came and started, they said, I told him plainly, this is what Mataji, that is for you people, okay, you carry on. But for the law, you must have, you should know who has come here, who has gone, who stayed here, how many days. And suppose somebody comes and says, you would have committed something. You would have come here to stay. You will be unnoticed. And you would have gone. Some instance also come. Ashram is a place where nobody will bother. But nowadays, the law does not permit. You should immediately inform. We cannot keep informing, but at least we keep a record. So challenges are there, but not on the individual level. A lot of conflict is going on because of that. Because we have seen that life, Anybody coming, we will know directly. Because nowadays it can't. To some extent, we are trying now through email. At least when we go through the email, we might know. And later on, we introduced one diary. In Swamiji's room, it will be there. Anybody saying he is coming, immediately Swamiji himself will write or we will write. So every day morning at the time of 5:30, when we sit for letters and for coffee, the first job is to open the diary and see who are all coming. But that is only an internal arrangement. Nobody is affected of it. At least we will know, because taxis were to be sent. People started coming by air, by train, by families. No, we have to send. They will arrange. They will ask us to arrange. So Sri Ram Swami will be requested to pass up. He will be passed on this message, and then he will handle it meticulously, lovingly. Not only that, he will send the vehicle as soon as they come, their accommodation, everything, till they stay here, and when they leave also, he will arrange. And suppose they are leaving by 5 o'clock, he will be there in their room with coffee. That personal attention. All those things have faded now. We cannot do that. So personal, we all feel guilty about it in a sense. We can't do that. Somebody is sick, we go to their room. We have seen all these things, A newcomer may not know this. So to him, that's the practice. But when we have seen this, and when we are not in a position to do that, we know we are not living up to what she had in her mind. I don't know how if she was in body, how she would have told the police officers. You don't know. I'm sure she would have convinced them. We lack her tapasya, so we cannot do that. Ah, master, real master. That's all it is. Anyhow, let us see how things shape. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Yes, yes, definitely.